Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Victor. Here, getting ready to go to bed. Even though I know my kitchen looks like a mess, I should stay up and clean it. But I'm trying to get a early night in, because tomorrow's a very special day for me. We have a few other events we're recording for tomorrow, but the most important thing is I have a podcast set up with Godspeed BBQ. Gabriel is the guy's name. Haven't had a chance to sit down and talk to him yet. We met briefly about a week ago when we set this podcast up, and it's super exciting because small business, always support local. And he has a great story from what I'm hearing from my friend Jess. Happy Heart. God damn it, I forget your Instagram handle all the time. Anyway, she said he has a great story. Plus, he's Puerto Rican, so what's not to love? So I am super excited for tomorrow. So I want to get about an 8-hour rest and get ready for my long day tomorrow. And with that being said, I want to keep this intro too long. I'm going to shotgun Shotty B and keep it simple. I just want to know, Dom, was that supposed to be me without the... Take the Texas tattoo out of there, but was that supposed to be me? All right, guys. Look forward to tomorrow. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Drunk in Public. As you saw in the intro, I'm here with Gabriel from Godspeed. We met through a mutual, we didn't meet through a mutual friend. I heard about you through a mutual friend.
Yeah,
Jess.
Yeah.
And she's loved you guys since day one. And she's putting.
Love this shout out right here.
She puts everybody on. So yeah, follow her. I'm gonna put her Instagram handle right here on screen right now. Happy Heart, _Happy Heart. I can't remember, but instead of fucking it up, I'm putting it right here on the screen. But Gabriel, thanks for coming on the podcast,
thanks
man.
For having me, man. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers. Salud.
Say salud because fellow Puerto Rican right here.
Of course, I always say salud. Cheers. I do all this stuff, bros.
Pros. Yeah.
Man, I've been traveling a lot. But anyway, let's go talk about you, Gabe. So, Godspeed is a Puerto Rican barbecue or just barbecue?
No, it's just a barbecue joint, man. We don't have a storefront yet. No brick and mortar. We don't even have a food truck. So I haul around my trailer, smoker trailer. It's a 250 reverse flow smoker. And we pull that around and we just do pop-ups. So we're currently at Turning Point. We were cooking here, and I still working 9 to 5 too. So couldn't really expand yet.
Yeah.
And the hopes are that we're gonna start doing that. And the long-term plans, we're moving straight into a restaurant before going to food truck and trying to make plans in the HEB area. So that's the idea. That's the idea.
There's a growing community as well, HEB area.
And especially now, man, a lot of people are going down, unfortunately. And
with no fault of their own, unfortunately.
No, it's not, man. It's just some weird times with this COVID stuff, you know. But we're trying to make it happen. Thank God, my wife and I still have that 9 to 5. What's weird is she just quit to come on full time. So now we're just gonna ramp it up and really get it going.
You gotta have a little bit of push, right?
Yeah, man, you have to. I mean,
my bad. I did that with my mind. The shirt fell down right over here. Sorry, man.
So yeah, dude, it's weird times, but you know, you gotta survive. You gotta adapt and survive.
And you gotta push a little bit. So it's a little nerve-wracking to have someone that you love, like, go into something full time that you're not certain where's the revenue at.
Right.
It's not like you guys don't have the passion. Food is great, and unfortunately, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I know, man. I wanted to bring some yesterday.
But, I will be trying it soon. But what's a good representation of good food is every time someone says, "Oh, Godspeed here, you gotta try this, you gotta try that," because everybody here has rave reviews of the food, right?
Yeah, we have 5 stars all across the board still, and we incorporated September of last year. So, and then COVID hit.
Damn. So you're still super young.
Yeah. So I've been cooking for years. My dad, it's funny, he hates when I say this. My dad sucks. I mean, sucks at making meat. Like, he just gets distracted, man. He like goes and does something, and then everything's just always burnt. But this guy can make anything in the kitchen. Like, you sit there and go, we have to go grocery shopping. And then he'll just whip something up. 5-course meal. As long as it's not meat, he's got it.
But isn't that any Puerto Rican parent? Like, my mom does the same thing. She starts drinking, playing music, dancing, talking, gets on the phone.
That's how we are. We party. But yeah, you're right.
Like,
and then I was tired of it, bro. I was like, this something's got to change. So I just got on the grill ever since I was younger, and now that my son is 2 years old, he was born September in 20.
Congratulations, man.
Jeez, what is that? 2018.
2018, man.
And I was like, man, something needs to change. Like all this processed food that people eat, you know, we're always busy with life and stuff. We're eating like shit. So the idea was that my family was going to start eating healthy. So as you see on the website, we do grass-fed, grass-finished, organic meats, and that's what I want to introduce when my son was born.
Okay.
And he started growing in some teeth, and I was like, it's now time. So I met up with like a farm out in Grand Saline, heading towards east.
Yeah. Grand Saline, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
well, I was like calling a bunch of people and stuff, and they answered the phone. They were like, yeah, we'd love to have you out, show you the operations, we'll take you around the farm. And I went out there and I loved everything, man. Like, it was beautiful. And I bought a bunch of briskets, ribs, ground beef, a bunch of everything, right? Took it home, smoked the brisket on just a piece of shit Home Depot smoker. It has gas grill, charcoal, and then you can buy an attachment for a smoker. It's a charbroiler, right?
Yeah, you can make it work.
Yeah, well, I loved it. That was a gift my parents got me when I moved into Irving. The Irving house.
No shit, nice.
Yeah, so I was using that, and then I had it for like, it was probably just a party, and everybody said it was the best meat they've ever had. And I was like, man, that must be just the meat. So they was like, you should probably consider selling this. I don't think so. So I went on there on social media and just put it to a bunch of my friends. And that was July. I had orders all the way until November on that smoker. So, I mean, everything just went so fast. I went out and bought a smoker, that 250 gallon, and said, man, whatever. A few $1,000s went. I was like, if it works, it works. If not, I could probably sell it.
You definitely could.
And then bam, just took off. That's how it started.
But that sounds like an amazing story. It went from, okay, we got a lot to unpack here. So this is awesome for the first like 5 minutes of this podcast. We got a lot going on.
My bad.
No, it's great though. It's great. I'm just enthralled by the whole story, man. So say June, the son's getting some teeth. You're thinking about, all right, cool. You can correct me if I'm wrong on the timeline. Say June, May, March, whatever.
I couldn't tell you.
Your son's getting a little bigger. Get ready to eat some more solid food.
Yep.
You start thinking like, I'm gonna get some homegrown cows and grass-fed, no factory farming. You look into it, find an amazing spot you like, and then you buy the meat, buy a bunch of meat to take home and cook. Your first attempt of making a smoked brisket, people fell in love.
Yeah.
And then
Family.
Well, people, family, friends and family,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But you just did it at the house.
Right.
And from that, you looked into selling it. You talked to some of your people, and you started selling it. And you were doing that up until November.
Yeah. Well, up until September. Right. So they were booked out until November, and then it was actually August, the end of August towards September. I was like, let's just incorporate it. Let's legitimize and see what happens. This will be the side hustle, but I'm tired of working for the man 9 to 5.
Yeah.
This could work out. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I still got a job.
A good experience too, and you learn how to cook a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, we have a big family. Puerto Ricans have a big family reunions. You'll be able to do it regardless, right?
Yeah. So.
But it's taking off. So you have you said you incorporated in
August 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
So within the first, say, 9 months, it goes from I'm just trying something out to now I have a full-on business.
Probably like 4 months. I was doing word of mouth. I was doing deliveries all throughout the DFW. That's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
But you got to do what you got to do, right?
But also agree you have to do. So to piggyback on the idea of like you have to push out there, you said unfortunately you don't have a storefront. I think it's great you don't have a storefront.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's a lot of stress. That's
rent.
That's you gotta quit the job.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing of any storefront, and we're here at Falsado, like I mentioned in the intro, guys. But Dom could speak to it, or any brewery, or any restaurant could speak. You have more added cost when you have a brick and mortar, which is like electric, gas.
Yeah.
You know, then you have to guarantee you have to make this revenue just to pay yourself, and not even pay yourself, pay employees, pay the food, and keep the property up, right?
Yeah.
So it becomes more added stress. And you don't even know if people are going to like your food because you're not out and about.
Yep.
What I like about your story, and I was just telling somebody else this from a fellow New Yorker, Dominican cat, we were playing handball. Remember when I met you here?
You went this morning?
No, I didn't go this morning because I was going to come here. I didn't want to be all like tired and stuff. Like you, prepared. I drank water. I was like, I'm getting ready for the day. Yeah. So we were playing loud when I met you last weekend, here, we were playing handball. It was a Dominican cat from New York City.
Yeah.
And he was like, he wants to open a Dominican restaurant. And I was like, here's the thing, man. You could do it. But the problem with the Dominican restaurants in the past that failed here, and Puerto Rican restaurants that failed here,
You gotta build your brand.
You got to build the brand, and people don't know our food as much. There's some people who would, and some people who do, but our food is better fresh. Of course, any food is better fresh, but it's not made to be sit on a hot light like some type of foods. So
I mean, we do have those foods, but the best stuff are the beans. You make the beans fresh. You make the rice.
You
fresh.
make them within the first 2 hours when you know you have, okay, we have a lunch flow, dinner flow, so we're going to make this big pot of beans. It's going to be good for the next 2 hours because it's still fresh. Not, I'm going to make the beans in the morning and then I'm going to keep it hot and then it becomes that nasty grit in the bottom. That's never good, right? But anyway, those failed because there was no word of mouth. I told them what you want to do is build it up, Start selling food. There's a Dominican society out here. There's a Puerto Rican society. You think your food is better than everybody else here locally? They're better than their moms? Show them. Do it.
Yep.
And then if you build it up, then you could do maybe a food truck, maybe a brick and mortar, but you get the word of mouth out. And you've done the hard work of that, of delivering.
Yeah.
Now you hear partnering with breweries.
Yeah, I still get people calling me from Anna, Texas. Hey, can you come bring me out a brisket? I'm like, no. I'm too busy now. Now I'm cooking at breweries and stuff. So that's good. And we started picking up in January. I think it's what it was.
So what made the transition from deliveries to, how did you get to your first brewery? Who was your first brewery you worked with?
Turning Point.
Turning Point, okay.
Awesome people out there. I
Yeah.
just reached out. I forget how that happened. It could have been just an email. I don't even know. And Rachel out there, she was like, yeah, we'll test you out. We're going to do 2 trials. You come out on a Wednesday and you see if people like it and stuff. And, we'll go from there. So we went out. After the first time, they were like, nah, you're good. Yeah, we're going to keep you on the books, and you come out and help out.
Nice.
So we did that. Had to buy a bunch of stuff, like the canopies, make sure we have the bins, hand washing station to make sure everything was good. And ever since then, we used to be inside, actually, before COVID hit. And inside was great. I think the second event, they had a Yelp Fort Worth event out there.
Okay.
Yeah, so they went out to Turning Point, and I happened to be cooking that night. So, the lady reached out from Fort Worth Yelp, and I thought it was spam. She was like, hey, we're going to be there in email. We're going to be there. We want to see if you give us a discount for all the Yelper elites that are going to come out. I was like, Yelper elite? What?
Yeah.
No idea what she was talking about. Called Rachel. She was like, yeah, we're expecting a pretty big crowd. So I was like, man, this is going to be weird, dude. I got to go out and get some more meats, driving way out there, picking up some beef. We made it work. We had a whole table full of Yelp elites who leave the most reviews, who word of mouth takes off like wildfire, right?
Okay.
And that was the third event that I had. I still had newcomers around the community with my family taking up a whole nother table. And then they had their regular customers all over the place. It was a madhouse. And it took off. It was a really good night. And after that, I guess it just kind of took off.
Nice.
Yeah, so started out with Turning Point, and then I'd get a phone call. Well, COVID hits. They shut down. They didn't shut down, but they had to close down the inside.
Yeah, everybody closed down.
To-go orders only, right?
Yeah.
So we had to post up outside in 105-degree weather all summer.
In the summer,
and shit.
yeah.
Oh, it was terrible. And I just figured, man, we got to stick it through. Stay with the breweries. We'll help them get through these times. They also help us with revenue. And once we get out of this, we're even closer together,
Yeah.
They put me down with these guys who were looking to have some people come out. And Dom calls me, Brandon calls me, and all of a sudden I'm posted up over here.
Fucking nice.
So we could, we were considering Brutal Brew Works. That's their hat right there. And they still had to do a few more things. So I was pretty much maxed out since I had that full time. The wife had the full time. My dad's retired, but he can't do it all by himself.
Of course.
And I was like, we're just going to stick with these 2 places until we can expand some more. And now I think we have that opportunity to expand a little bit more. So.
Nah, sounds like it's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's all good.
It's a crazy story, man. So one of the few, you don't know this about me. I used to work in a restaurant business.
Okay.
I used to bartend. I'm not a big fan of Yelpers.
Oh no.
It's just because they don't. A Yelp review doesn't give you a real experience of what's the environment like. I care more of the people versus. So my tier of buying is always people, then enjoyment.
Yeah.
If it's your food's that good and I hate you, I'm still gonna buy it.
Okay.
But if your food or beers are mediocre and I love you, I'm gonna come here and hang out anyway. Fuck it, I'm here. Let's do it. But so I buy with my heart, and that doesn't leave room for Yelp, right? Or Untapped is the other thing I don't like either because I think it's similar. But it's good. But it's a good story to hear that grassroots movement of just randomly working with Turning Point, and then the second or third event you guys work on with them is a big madhouse of Yelp elites, you know.
And I was
And
told the night before.
the night before.
You got to cook 18 hours for brisket and stuff like
And you
that.
still had to go drive out to get the brisket and cook all that time. But it worked out.
Yeah. I don't know if these are mosquitoes or gnats.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. This spot here, for some reason, gets the gnats. Even though we're that table over there is closer to the trash can, we get them over here.
I went to Florida recently and got tore up by mosquitoes. I'm terrified of them.
You terrified of mosquitoes?
I'm not terrified. I get infected like crazy.
I don't.
Bro. I hate them. Hate them.
I don't care about mosquitoes. They're annoying as fuck, though.
Puerto Rico, you got pterodactyls out there.
Well, once you get to the equator and any tropical island, the fucking things don't die, man.
Terrible.
But that's an amazing story, man. I love it. And then now, so backtrack a little bit. Now you and your wife work full time, right? Now your wife has stepped back from a full time job.
Yeah.
And what is her role? Helping cooking or doing a lot of things?
So like I'm working obviously 8 to 5 Monday through Fridays and stuff. I'm a financial analyst for a mortgage company.
Nice.
And I don't have time, you know. So she's gonna do the going to pick up the meats, social media. Like the hard part about me, there's a bunch of companies that started within the last 2 years and they've just blown up. And reason is social media.
I agree.
Marketing.
I agree.
Marketing is everything, right? When I was doing it by myself, you know, you're cutting into a brisket, you can't take a picture with greasy hands and make it sanitary and all that stuff. And she just needs to help with it. So going to buy the foods, whenever I'm pulling something out of the smoke or having her right there just taking hundreds of shots and importing them and editing or whatever and posting them, like, I need major help with that.
Yeah.
Like, I suck at social media. I get people that call all the time, where are you going to be at next? I'm like, shit. Get on the website, update everything. I'm just too flustered. Dude, I got to a point where I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out. And went to like a dark spot, like not mental shit, but just went to like, do I really want to do this for like 2 weeks? And then finally we just got out, did it, met all the customers that loved us again. I was just like, we got to keep doing this, man. People love us and we do a good job. So she's going to handle everything that she can to make the company go to the next step.
Okay.
That's our goal. Like, we can match her pay right now, which is great. She doesn't get insurance through her company, I do, so like try to make that happen. Obviously we need to have bills and everything like that, but she needs to bring it to the next step, and I think we can.
Of course, anyone can handle it. Anyone can handle. Listen, anyone can handle Puerto Rican family. They're good at social media because you gotta learn how to talk through in waves of conversations. Yeah. So I feel like she can multitask.
She's not Puerto Rican, but
I've had Puerto Rican family dealing with a Puerto Rican family.
Us, for sure.
Yeah, because here's the thing: when you go to any family meeting, whether it be 5 or the whole family, you gotta be able to learn, like, be in 5 different conversations at once.
In Spanish.
Yeah,
in
English.
Spanish. She was like, okay, I know what they're talking about. All good. Like, I'm
and
good
then
to
you
go.
listen to one conversation, but you hear something else like that's not what happened. I'll get back to you. And, you know, so I think she could juggle it, especially social media, dealing with a lot of stuff. And also, you do need someone to handle the rails of like dealing with content and dealing with replies and posting. Consistency is a thing. Similar to you, I didn't go into a dark spot, but you get to a wall, you're like, okay, I'm not having fun anymore with this. I don't know where I'm going with this. Is it going to be successful? And
What's the next step?
Where am I going? Can I take it to the next step? I don't even know what the fuck the next step is.
Right.
You know, we have a financial goal you want to make, but you don't know. The financial goal may be plan C or step fucking 15, but what's all the steps in between? You gotta stumble in the dark and figure it out. And having someone there dealing with a lot of the legwork helps.
Yeah. And we have different personalities. Like at her job, just recently, although she put in her notice, they were making her take a personality test, right? And she sent it to me. I took it, and man, what was it? It was like rambunctious type, like the guy that just does whatever and he's always on the move. Like that's how I was, just like not really unorganized, but like let's just get it done and not worry about it. We'll figure it out later.
Okay.
And she has the opposite personality. She's like, well, you gotta start thinking about this, this, and this, and that's what I need. So like, just like the business, let's just do it. Let's go. Let's see what it does. And I just need that support kind of like, okay, well, you go do that. We'll make sure everything is good as you're doing it. So
Yeah.
need that balance too.
That's an awesome balance to have. I think I fall in a similar boat. I don't know. I didn't even take this personality test.
I know, it's weird.
But
and I was like, man, it makes sense. It makes sense why I'm like that then.
But I feel like I do the same thing where you just start something like, fuck it, I'm here, let's do it. Yeah. You know, I don't want to think about it. Because if you think about it, like, then you end up talking yourself out of it. So just get it done. And then I feel the same way about just life. Like, hey, my bills are paid. I don't know where anything else is going to be figured out. But fuck it, let's figure it out whenever it comes in front of us.
Yeah.
But it's good to have that balance.
Especially how it was before I got married. Man, I was still like 28 years old, 27 years old, just doing stupid shit, dumb shit. And I was like, met her and got married, and I was like, yeah, I need to settle down with that stuff. So. Yeah, that's here's why I like that you said that was a lot that you said, which it is. There's a lot to unpack, and we're still gonna unpack a lot of it. But I like that you did that, right? Because here's the honest truth about our viewership, right? We get about 20 to 40 minutes, right? And with all that, there's a lot there for people to absorb in. So it's great. Okay. So that's just the honest truth of what our numbers look like, our analytics look like for people watching. So that's why I always try to get into people talking about them, who they are, where they're from, what the brewery's at, or what a business they're at. That's weird, man. I'm not used to it.
But people don't.
I like other people talking, not really.
No, but listen, really. You like having conversation.
That's true. Yeah.
It's not like, so let's say you did this by yourself, and you put the microphone by yourself. You just probably would sit here and be short, right? Yeah. But I try to make it feel like a conversation. That's why I don't do it at a studio anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. Where's the studio? Your house or?
No, the studio used to be in downtown Dallas.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what happened there is from, perfect example, let's say, I don't know how would you be if we have the lights and cameras and TVs in front of you.
Right.
Don't know how you would be. I feel like you'd be fine. Maybe, but we don't know. Yeah, we don't know. But when I met a brewer named Gavin from Three Nations, maybe someone else in the future when you guys can take a little bit more, they have a great following of people. They might love you over there too. And Dom or myself can get you connected with them. But anyway, when I had him on the podcast, that's my first time meeting him. He don't know me, I don't know him. Same with you. You don't know me, I don't know you, really. So we get there and he's robotic. He's very like monotone, robotic. He says the answers, but no more, no less, no passion behind it. Right. And maybe fault of, as an interviewer, not giving him an actual specific question to answer or topic to answer. But it was just very weird. The next day, he invited us to the brewery. We were hanging out.
His atmosphere.
His atmosphere, completely different. Yeah. Super excited. Drinking beers. We're shotgunning, chugging. He's excited about the brewery. He had 1/3 of the size of this brewery, but so happy. He was so excited, and I was like, you know what?
Found a spot.
That's where he felt his home.
Yeah.
That's where he felt comfortable. And I was like, you know what? I need to make a change. So I did a few episodes in the studio after that, and a few episodes out of the studio. And brewers or sellers or bartenders, for the most part, are more comfortable in an environment they've been around. You know?
That makes sense, though.
And that's what I wanted to capture, because the point of the show is not to be, I'm not an interviewer, I don't know how to interview people, I don't know.
Just having a conversation.
Just want to hang out and drink with people, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to feel comfortable. That's how it started. And you were great. Like you still are great.
What's up, Will? Good, man. How are you?
Guys, this is Will, the head brewer of Falsado, came in. He's got a little baby with him.
18-month-old?
Oh my God.
Year and a half? She's like, who is that guy?
I know I don't have a good beard. I'm working on it. I'm working on the beard.
Man, I just shaved mine too, dude. I used to have a long one.
Did you really?
Oh, bro, it's so long. I went out to Florida to play in a world tournament for softball.
No shit.
And everybody was like, all right, you Muslim and this and that. You, just a bunch of names. You know how we are.
They talk shit, yeah.
I got home, just yank. I was like, you're gone.
They got to you. They got to you.
They got me. I was growing it for like a year.
You have a good beard already. Listen, here's the thing. I have a typical Puerto Rican guy beard where it's like thin. It's there, but it's thin. Yeah.
Mine was curly too. It was annoying.
It's
shaved from the side and stuff. But.
Yeah, to come in, bring it down. But look, here's the thing, and don't use this against me, guys. I call myself, my beard is more like pubic hair than a beard. Like, you look like you have a beard.
No, I don't. It's pubic hair. It's got to maintain it.
God.
Brush it.
Yeah, so I haven't put any oils in a while. I need to, but I do about a 2 on the side. I do a 2 all the way around, and I'm coming down this way, and it keeps it clean. Right now it's fucked up. I've been busy all week.
Yeah.
So I need to.
I was called Amish numerous times, so I was like.
So I have curly. So here's another thing. I'm balding too, but my hair is just as curly as yours.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I was called Adam Sandler growing up. So I'm fucking super white. And I got all those fucking Jew jokes growing up because my hair is super curly.
I was like, I'm done. Yep, over with.
Where I lived in New York City, there's Hasidic Jews not too far. When I was
Queens, right?
Yeah. And I was called a Hasidic Jew. You know, it's like I'm in the wrong block. I got like people. We make fun of each other all the time.
Yeah.
You get thick skin. That's why it doesn't bother me when people start talking shit about me. Like I'm used to it. Listen, my mom talks
Especially
more.
out there, I'm sure, man.
So when I first moved to Texas, I was really in decent shape. I wouldn't say good shape. I was in decent shape, but I started getting a little fat. And I'm the only one of my grandmother's grandkids that has no kids yet. So when I started getting a little chunky, she started buying me for my birthday and Christmas workout equipment. And every time I called her, she's like, "Are you married yet?" I was like, "No." "Are you losing weight?" "No." It's like, "How the fuck you gonna get married?" All in Spanish, all talking shit. She's like, "I can't believe this. You're so handsome, but yeah, you're gonna look like shit by the time you're 25 with no kids."
Man.
That's my grandmother.
No filter.
No.
That's true love.
That's
true love.
Bought me workout equipment. People always ask me, like, "Why you got so much workout equipment in your apartment?" It's like, that's my grandmother for years. Pull-up bars, weights, all from New York City.
So when did you move to Texas?
I moved out here 2009,
Okay.
2000,
And for what?
2008. My parents moved out here first. So my parents my mom's Dominican and my father's Puerto Rican.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm half. So, but my mom is one of 14 kids, and her family lives
Wow.
all over across the United States, from New York City, Florida, South Carolina, San Diego, like all over, everywhere. We live in Kansas. I got family in Kansas. Anyway, so she has siblings out here and siblings in Florida, and the choice was here or Florida. And for my brother and my sister at the time was super young. They're like, the better options was in Texas. So they came out here, and I refused. I was senior in high school when they moved out here, and I was like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I was still playing baseball. I was on the handball team and the baseball team. I'm like, I'm not leaving.
Man, you want to take me out to play handball?
Yeah.
And you played handball in high school.
Yeah, but I'm not good anymore. I'm
glad I didn't take you up on that.
This is the thing. It's
like
I played baseball in high school too, but I haven't swung a bat in over 11 years. It's not like I could go swing a bat and be like good. Listen, people hear that I was decent in high school. I was on a select team. I wasn't never gonna make the pros.
Select for handball?
No, for baseball. For baseball. It wasn't that organized for handball. But anyway, I was really decent in baseball, but I wasn't going to college. I didn't get a scholarship. I wasn't going to the pros or anything, but I could play. But even with that skill set of playing baseball, I haven't swung a bat in almost 11 years. You think I'm gonna go on the field and be fucking phenomenal? No, I'm gonna know the basics. I'm gonna know where to be at. But it's all gonna be fucking rusty, and I'm fat as fuck now too. Listen, this is how I knew.
Bro, there's more power to it. That's what it is, man.
I could maybe listen. So I used to be able to throw 80 without warming up, right? So I went to this gun. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. The fair had a gun machine so you could clock it, and I was talking so much shit. I was drunk.
Man, you think you could throw it hard, but you can't.
I used to throw it on command like 75, 80. I could throw it, which is in high school is decent.
Yeah.
And that's nothing in college or pros anyway. Anyway, so I'm talking shit. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can still throw 60. When I threw that ball, you know how fast I went? Like 32.
No, it can't be that slow.
It was slow. Listen, I don't work out anymore. I was so slow. And I had fucking high school kids who were playing baseball throwing like 60, 70. I was like,
really?
And I'm just like, all right, I need to work out. My grandma might be right. Didn't make it.
I played D1 at SFA in East Texas.
No shit.
And they clocked me one time. I was at short, not pitching or anything. So like they clock you while you're throwing it across the diamond. So you have that like extra step and you get behind your throw and everything is hitting 91. But I played amateur ball 4 years ago, and I wasn't even hitting 70. So I was like, a lot happens.
But
a lot happens.
I didn't think, like you said, you think it'd be muscle memory. Like I know baseball. I know the mechanics of throwing. But it's the muscle memory and the muscle you need to rebuild to throw those things again.
I'm just kidding, bro. because when I went out and played again, I batted. I went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and I was like, I'm not coming back to this shit. I'm out. And I quit. And I went to softball.
So okay, so you know the deal, man.
Yeah,
like,
I know. I was just messing.
you
with
think? Listen, I really thought I could just throw on command. But there's a lot of these little muscle groups that you don't think about. It's not.
And you're sore as hell the next 3 days. You're like, those. I didn't even know those existed.
So I never got back to playing baseball. I played a few softball games, but I want to do fast pitch softball. I don't know if you do fast pitch or
Slow pitch.
Slow
That's
pitch?
interesting. Like,
So-
I really do want to play that.
you should. I think fast pitch is more fun than our arc pitch or slow pitch. But anyway, after 2 games, my hand hurt,
Yep.
my wrist hurts, my elbow hurt, my shoulder hurt.
Ankles hurt.
Fucking my side of my ribs hurts for
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
the ball. Like, I didn't realize that. I figured my core would hurt, which kind of did, but like these little muscles on the side for opening up and throwing. I'm just like, what is this right here? What is this hurting right
is
here? What's going on? Like,
Hell yeah, dude. I know. I played. So in softball, we play in these things called conference tournaments where you play pretty much against those guys that are on TV for the USA, against Canada,
shit,
Olympics
okay.
and shit like that. So there's one tournament every weekend in USSSA, right? So we travel across the nation. Usually my team, which is B or A, usually around there, we travel Oklahoma,
Okay.
Arkansas, Houston, Dallas, obviously, Louisiana. We try to stay local and stuff. Sometimes Vegas, Orlando and stuff like that. But when you get there, you start on a Friday night, and if you make it to championship, it's Sunday around noon or 2, and you get about 6 games in, 6 to 8 games, depending on how much you're losing.
yeah.
Your entire week is gone. You can't move. You wake up Tuesday, not just Monday.
Tuesday,
that
Wednesday.
second day, you don't want to get out of bed.
I could imagine your feet hurting, your knees hurt.
And after you turn 30, bro, you're done.
Listen,
I'm 30. I'm 33, 32.
I'm
I just
32.
had a birthday. I'm 33, I
were
think.
you born in 88?
87.
87, so
I'm
you're 33. Yeah.
I'm 33, dude. I get up now, still my ankles. I'm like, I didn't even do anything yesterday.
No, listen. So you look like you're in great shape, right?
Try.
What are
Try.
you, 220?
What?
220?
In bench?
No, in weight.
Hell no.
How much you weigh?
I weigh 172.
How tall are you? I thought you were like 6'1".
No.
How tall are you?
5'10", dog. You towered me. I was like, you're a tall ass.
I thought you were taller than me. That's why I say you're 6'1".
No, I'm short, man. I'm short.
No, you're not short.
Not short. I'm average.
Yeah,
no,
you're-
I'm small, dude.
No.
I was like 220. You mean bench?
No.
Dude.
So, because I weigh 300 pounds right now. If I was to lose 80 pounds, I would be super skinny, and I'd be about 220.
Nah, man, you wouldn't be super skinny. If you lose that much weight, you're gonna be packing on muscle. That'd be a good weight for you. I mean, obviously, it's
It would
a
be
good weight for anybody.
it would be a
but
better weight than what I am right now with no working out. So I'm trying to get to that. But
You wouldn't be skinny.
I have this coworker of mine that plays softball, and she's like, "You used to play baseball?" And I was like, "Yeah, I used to play select baseball." Nothing. I always tell people like, "Yeah, select baseball doesn't mean I was one of the best players in the world. Like I was getting a
Just playing
scholarship.
better competition.
I just play better competition, and I can handle it. I didn't get a scholarship for fucking baseball, so I keep telling people that all the time. Like, I didn't get a scholarship. Just understand, I'm not that level. You hear people here select, and like, oh, you could play. I'm like, maybe. But anyway, I was like, she's like, well, get on my team and we fucking dominate. I was like, hold up, I haven't swung bat in years. You understand? Regardless of what I used to do as a kid, I can't do that shit no more. I don't know.
Yeah.
And throwing the softball is a little bit different too, because I'm so used to clocking back and holding with my 3 fingers
Yeah,
to throw. And it's it's gonna be 4 or 5 fingers to throw with a softball, and I don't even know how that mechanics really
And that ball moves, dude. Like if you grab it the wrong way, that ball just
curves out.
yeah. So it sucks. I got small hands, so trying
So
to
do
throw that
I.
thing, it's hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was telling her, like you don't understand. Like I used to play infield and outfield, but even with that, if I'm cocking back and throwing from back here, I'm so used to knowing where the ball's at because I'm throwing from a baseball thing. That's gonna be different with a softball. I used to throw a softball playing around with people, and I know it's different. But imagine being in a game and trying to throw that shit hard. Like I don't know. I gotta practice.
Yeah, there's times you get that deep backhand in softball, and I just throw it into the dirt because that way you get that one hop, you know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
You try to throw in the air, it can fly, it can do anything if you don't grip it right.
Yeah.
So
So I was like,
I know.
it's like don't go telling your family or your friends like we're gonna come back and I'm gonna help you dominate. Like I haven't thrown a bat, I haven't thrown a ball. Like listen, no matter, don't think about that shit. But that's interesting, man. That's exciting. My dad would love to hear about playing softball. He used to play softball all the time. He was a really good baseball player. My mom was too. She played baseball. All my Dominican family was really good at baseball. I was kind of.
Puerto Rican side should be too.
No, they were better at basketball.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
My Puerto Rican side was better. My Puerto Rican side was better at basketball and handball. And my mom's side of the family was better at baseball and gymnastics.
Oh, those guys are crazy nowadays, man. Like, Puerto Rico is like developed a lot, and especially with our draft now, like Puerto Ricans have to go through the draft system, right? Everybody else, Cuba, Dominican Republic, all of these other countries, like they don't have to do the draft. They can get picked up different ways. So like they haven't developed as much. And obviously Puerto Rico is part of the U.S.
Yeah.
So like, you know, there's funding for that. It's a different story with funding. You know, Puerto Rico's fucked in that aspect anyways. But
and a lot of other ways,
Dominican Republic, you know, they're still playing on these dirt infields, like dirt entire fields with rocks and hard gravel and stuff like that. And these guys have hands. Like, you throw the ball and the ball's moving back and forth, and they're just picking it like, you know, they're in a prairie just having a good time. And you bring them over here and playing on pristine grass and turf and stuff like that, they'll blow anybody out the water. So like, Puerto Rico's taking such a dive in baseball, and it sucks to see it.
But that's all. You know, the problem too, it's not just the environment that baseball is in Puerto Rico. It's also where Major League Baseball is invested in, right?
Yeah.
And they invested in the Dominican Republic. For the simple fact is because they could pay the players way less. They don't have to support the minor league system they put over there.
And no draft.
And no draft.
Yeah.
So what they do to these kids out there is they don't force nobody to play. Everything's volunteer, right? But when you live in a campo, right, and you have no light and no AC and don't know where your next meal is gonna come from, the prospect of just throwing a ball and possibly making millions of dollars, it's to die for. And they have these massive farm systems over there in the Dominican Republic, and then you have these guys from Major League Baseball or minor systems who will just fly over there and just pick kids without any concern about their family, any concern about their well-being and mental state. Just pluck them, play them in a minor league team or a major league team, and if they don't work out, send them back without any recourse, because they're not part of the United States. They don't have any restrictions on it.
I would do it.
I would do it as a kid. You can't blame the kids or the family for doing it.
Hey, go do it.
You have
If
an
not,
opportunity,
come back.
but what I'm saying is it's more detriment of the system that you just pluck these kids that
It's true.
have a dream without any remorse, because a lot of these kids from the farm system won't make it. No one tells them that. Like, you get plucked to the States with no support system from your family.
The stats
Now,
of making it are so low.
And no English, most likely, because they're coming from very poor families, so no one's knowing English. So they come here, try to learn English, try to play baseball with nobody else around them that likes them or wants to talk to them, or no one knows where they're coming from. And most of them fail because of the stress of it. And not just learning, this is the physical part of it too, but the mental stress is big. So these guys in the system would just take these guys and throw them back without any recourse, because they're on a game-by-game contract or a 5-day game contract, a 10-day game contract. And they're, this kid sucks, throw him back to the DR. No remorse. Yeah. It's not the kid's fault. He's trying. Yep. I just don't, that's the problem.
And you can't really do that with Puerto Rico anymore.
No, because we're part of the United States, and technically a state without being the status of a state. So they can't do that to our kids because there's lawsuit involved. Right. So, yeah, we could go to college and play, and if you draft us and then you treat us like that, it's a violation of the contract.
That's the thing. Like, they don't even have college baseball over there.
Yeah, well, they come over here.
Yeah, they come over here. I had cousin Ray who came over here.
But that's why basketball's taking off over there in Puerto Rico.
Bro, we've taken so many of our family members into the household and brought them over here in Texas just to finish school and stuff. Play baseball, try to get a scholarship and everything like that. So, because I mean, there's not even really organized baseball over there. There's no high school baseball. It's just teams that grow up together and they stay together and they just play other teams, or they play DR, Cuba, and they just stay within their islands and stuff. Like, there's no real organization, which is crazy.
They're left out to. We could talk a whole podcast about what happened to Puerto Rico over the years. How we get left out on taxes and a lot of things like that, and why we get fucked on supplies.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
We could talk about, well, quick example. When you order something shipped in from Puerto Rico, like you want something shipped in, right?
Has to come here.
Has to come here. Why is that?
U.S. We mean here is in U.S. Mainland.
Mainland U.S. United States, right? So in Puerto Rico, if you say I'm gonna get a fridge from Japan. Like whatever fancy fridge or whatever appliance you want. You can't ship it from Japan or any other country directly to Puerto Rico. It has to be shipped to the continental United States, then reshipped to Puerto Rico.
Right.
Why is that? Because Congress wrote it in their bill, and Congress owns Puerto Rico technically. So we don't have our own rights. Congress makes our rights. Right. So Congress made a bill saying that we get double taxed. So you get taxed for buying a purchase from overseas to ship over here.
Freight charges.
And then you get freight charges from the United States to Puerto Rico, and you got to pay for all that.
Yeah.
And that's why things are so much more expensive.
A gallon of milk over there is $6.
I believe it. We don't have the ability to grow, to have that dairy farm system over there. We got to get it shipped in.
Nuts.
So it's
another great example, something from DR, which is right there next to it. Anything we want to get from them, any commerce, drive up northwest to U.S., come back down to Puerto Rico, which is not even 100 miles away.
There's no direct freight from any country, even though how close, how far, to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
It's illegal because Congress made it that way in one of their bills. In like 1905, like 1909, like this.
Something way outdated.
Yeah, they don't change, and it will never change because it's bureaucracy within Congress, and why would they change it? They get the revenue from it.
It's sad.
It is sad.
It's really sad for our people.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, we can make a whole podcast. And I mean, I'm down to do this whole podcast about Puerto Rico because there's a lot of misconceptions about Puerto Rico, as far as like our people don't believe we contributed to the United States, and then the belief of how we're independent as well. There's a lot of problems.
There's a lot, and there's a lot in Puerto Rico. I mean, my family's split between wanting to be part of the U.S. and wanting nothing to do with
That's
the
the whole
US.
line.
So, it comes from both sides. Not just U.S. saying these guys are a bunch of non-contributors, which is not true. We did our part back in World War II. We did a major part in World War II in contributing. That's another story also.
Well, we've been part of the United States since the Spanish-American War, right? We fought in World War I. We fought in every significant war since Spanish-American War. Because, and another big problem, people, all right, this is my last thing I'm going to say. The last thing I'm going to say, we got to go back to fun stuff. So people look at the Puerto Rican flag, and I make this joke all the time too, just because it's funny, that we stole the flag from Cuba, right? But the problem is it's not true. Puerto Rico fought for independence, made that flag, we lost against Spain. It just happened, we lost. We didn't win. We didn't win like Dominican Republic, and we didn't win like Cuba. We lost. It just happened. We didn't really lose. It just happened where we just got tired and didn't finish it out. And that could be true, being not true. Historical documents is incomplete that time period. But anyway, we had that flag first. Cuba took the flag. They became independent. Now that's their flag first because they got recognized by the world powers. Whatever. So they first. Fuck you. Our flag first.
Not fuck you. That's awesome people, bro.
They're awesome people. I'm not talking about the people. I'm just talking about the flag. Fuck that. So they have the flag. All right, cool. Then Spanish-American War happens. The United States fucking wipes the floor with Spain. In the treaty, we get transfer of power from Spain to United States. Immediately 2 years after that, or a year and a half, depending on the time frame, where you believe the contract was signed. Again, all this time period it's conflicted, right? As far as like we have certain dates of like, yes, this is part of the Commonwealth of the United States, but we don't know times of it being signed. Anyway, because Puerto Rico didn't keep track of this, and the United States didn't give a fuck about Puerto Rico. But anyway, we become a Commonwealth of the United States. New Orleans has a massive fire where it burns down the whole city.
Whoa, you teaching me stuff right here. All right.
The same year that we become a Commonwealth of the United States, 20,000 Puerto Ricans go to New Orleans to help rebuild. So the first Puerto Ricans didn't land in Chicago or New York City or Miami. They landed in New Orleans.
Really?
For the fire, yeah, and to help rebuild.
No shit.
So we have roots in New Orleans. We have roots in help rebuild the United States in different aspects of it because we had no way to work and we had to feed ourselves. And they offered to transport us there, pay us, and transport us back to our family.
I need to look into that, man.
We have a crazy...
New Orleans, like, you wouldn't think... well, I wouldn't have thought that.
We have a crazy history within this even within the lifespan of the Caribbeans of like what we have documented, right? We have the most craziest history of all. Dominican Republic's history is crazy too. Cuba, I'm not degrading any of it.
It's really wild.
But we have the most insane...
Diverse.
And
there was a study that came out 5-10 years ago that we have the most universal bloodline, like in the world.
So yeah,
We have African, we have Spaniard,
we have Irish,
Native American, we have Native Indian, the Tainos over there. So like, dude, I should have prepped for this. Nobody thought we were gonna be talking about this, but like a huge study was just like we have the most universal blood, like the common blood of the world.
we have the parts of us.
Wrong.
No, you're not.
It's not wrong. It's I forgot what the term, the verbiage was used for that.
We have. Here's the thing: more slaves came through Puerto Rico than anywhere else in the Caribbean. Irish slaves, Asian slaves, African slaves, Indian slaves. There were more slaves that was transported through Puerto Rico than anywhere else in the United States, as far as Americans. There are other places who also are diverse as well, but we had more groups transported. People don't think there was Irish slaves. There were Irish slaves. They were transported through us. There was Chinese slaves that was transported through us. So we have Asian descents. There's parts of us who have Asian blood. There's parts of us who has Irish blood. That's why we have redheads in Puerto Rico. We go to San Juan, you see a white-head, blue-eyed, redhead person. You think they're not Puerto Rican, but they're fucking full-blown Puerto Rican.
My mom has red hair.
Yeah.
I was born with red hair.
No shit.
Not. Yeah,
no,
so,
but I believe
not saying Irish, but it's just
but
we have a diverse.
Where do you think redhead comes from? It comes from Norwegian lands in that area.
Yeah.
So it's part of our heritage because we've had most slaves from different regions come through us. That's why we look the most different.
Dog, that's awesome. Look at you.
Here's a problem for me in my life. I didn't believe I belonged in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic because I look so different from my family. I look so white.
You don't look white.
I'm whitish compared to like Dominicans or compared to a lot of people. I feel like I didn't belong. So in my life, I've spent so much time studying her history because I felt like I didn't belong. I want to know more.
Yeah.
Like, where do I fit in? And then when you read the Dominican history, they have a crazy history too. The Puerto Rican history is crazy. And then lately I've been learning about the Cuban history of like how they were going. That's also a crazy story too. You know?
Yeah.
But I just felt like I wanted to know my people and where do I belong? Like, do I belong here? I don't know.
Have you taken one of those genetic tests?
I am so.
Like, you're the perfect person.
I'm so terrified of it.
No, why terrified?
The joke of is this, because I look so white.
Someone's gonna be like, you're Peruvian.
Yeah.
You'd be like, fuck.
No, you're 100% Spaniard. I'm like, fuck, I don't belong here.
That would be your luck.
That would be my luck. But here's the honest truth though. I've also been blessed to be born in New York City. One of the most diverse museums is in Spanish Harlem of our people.
Yeah.
So not just New York Ricans, their history, but our history as a whole in Spanish Harlem is we have a museum out there that's fucking phenomenal.
Haven't been there.
And if you ever go to New York City and if you have time to go to a museum, I would say go to Spanish Harlem and check out the Puerto Rican Museum.
Dad's from Manhattan, and we haven't even been to New York together. So I've been to New York a few times, and I haven't even been.
When's the last time your dad been to Manhattan?
I don't know. But I met my grandfather for the first time out there.
No way.
Yeah, so that
How
was
that?
About 5 years ago or so. I don't know.
It's weird.
My dad's dad is what it felt like, you know.
I met my grandfather, my Puerto Rican grandfather. My father and my mother are technically like the black sheep of the family, especially for his father, or my grandfather. He never wanted anything to do with him. I didn't meet him until I was 25,
Yeah. So
26,
yeah.
and we talked. Like most older people with regrets, like he talked about it.
Yeah.
And I'm listening, and like I don't have any hard feelings from him because he didn't do anything to me. My father might be different, I don't know. But we talked, we listened, and I think it was interesting to hear some of his story, and I kind of see where my whiteness comes from. It comes from him. So I look more like him than I do my father.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, it's interesting.
Okay.
And we just talked, and that's the morning time before he passed away. He passed away a couple years after that.
Wow. That's actually really similar to how my dad and his dad were. You know, childhood was rough. Dad started working when he was like 7.
Yeah.
Shoe shining, making it work for his 2 younger siblings. it wasn't until I was an adult and they started developing a relationship, and now they're good. And Dad is always, call them, talk to them, blah blah blah. I'm just like, you know what, Dad? If it happens, it happens. If I meet him, I meet him.
Yeah.
But that's similar how it is. They're just trying to figure it out. They finally figured it out. They're good now. But like being raised so many years, like 20 years plus, like not knowing him, Dad actually didn't want anything to do with him for the longest time. And as we're adults, like my grandfather's like repented. He repents what happens in the past and
the Catholic
trying to make it better.
Oh, maybe.
So
I feel like as we all, as young men, and we go through it, and we're same age. From 18 to 25, we look back and like, why did I do some things like that? And then from 25 to 30, you look back and like, why did I do those things? And then from 30, forever, 35, 40, we always gonna look back because we change, we learn, we experience things. You don't know how you're gonna react in situations until you're in it. And then you look back, it's like, I couldn't handle that better. And I feel like we ever get lucky.
Kids the biggest way.
Kids
the
too.
Biggest way. You have them young, man, and you're still trying to figure out your life.
You have a kid at 15, 16, 20.
You're trying to do your own thing still.
You just don't know who you are yet, yeah. So you look back at these things, you're like, I wish I did things better. And I can see it's a remorse of like, because you know better now. Maybe not at that time, but you know better now. So you're like, okay. So I get all that for any grandparents or any person that grows older. If I get lucky enough to be 60 plus, and if we look back on my life, there's some things I wish I'd done better. But that's a blessing of being older and hopefully wiser,
Yeah, my dad was wise, man. Like, he had me a little bit older. He was same age I had my son Kai. He was 28. I'm
okay.
Sorry, 30 to 31. And he never left my side. He was military. He's been military for 23 years, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So he's been to wars my entire high school life, but before that, he made it a point that he was going to do. His goal always in life was, I'm going to be there for you like my father was not for me. And he was, like, through and through. He helped with finance through college and everything like that. I graduated college, couldn't find a job. I went back and got an MBA at A&M. He paid for that out of his own pocket. And it was just like, set a great example. That guy, that retired guy that was just in this corner right here helping me out, man. He's retired, he made great money throughout his life, and now he's trying to get this business off the ground so I can pass it down to my kid.
That's awesome, man.
So seeing him was just the best father figure you could get. And every time I see my little one running around, I'm just like, man, I got your back. Always have your back.
No, that's beautiful. Of course, this is the reason why I didn't want to have kids early. I was a shit person as a kid.
I was a hard-headed person. I was terrible.
I was a shit person. And then, here's a stupid story of how I realized I was a shit person. I got a dog that was sick and dying as a puppy. And I was like, I raised it, and then I was supposed to give it away and get my money back. And then I looked at this dog, and like, she was so attached to me, and I was like, I can't give her away. That's fucked up. I like raised her to health, and like now she doesn't leave anywhere more than 2 feet away from me.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't do this to this dog. Then I kept the dog. Now the dog has personalities. They have weird kicks, and then I'm yelling at the dog, and as I'm yelling at the dog, I was like, this dog doesn't fucking know English. Like, what am I doing yelling at a dog? So my anger temperament was kind of like, I had to look back. I was like, why am I angry at this dog? And my dog has these weird tics now that, because I've yelled at it for so long, like if you raise your voice, she's like, oh shit, what's going on? But that's my problem when I've had it for so long, because how angry I was as an individual. I didn't realize that until talking to this dog. So it's stupid. Now imagine I didn't realize that until having a kid and passing that anger through that kid and bringing some damage to that kid. What if I was 20 and did that to a kid? That kid has his own things he has to go through now because of my own things I had to learn, right? So I am glad that I didn't have a kid young, like my grandparents wanted. My grandmother wanted me to have a kid earlier, but I was like, I'm such an asshole. If I did have a kid, I would damage a kid. Don't know what level of emotional damage. I wouldn't physically hurt the kid.
No.
But it's emotional things, so you don't realize.
And you don't know what you're going to be like when you have one.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I was going to be when I had mine. My dad, both my parents were always just like, have a kid. Obviously, they want one. I was 30 years old and I haven't had a damn kid yet. So like, when are you gonna give me one? Give me a grandchild. I was like, shut up.
My mom is the same way at this point.
Yeah, so you have one, you don't know how you're going to treat it, you don't know how you're going to treat them, not it. You don't know how good of a parent you're going to be. It's fucking scary. And then the time that boy was born, it was like, I'll never do anything bad to you. Just took over. I don't know if it's the age, being 30 years old. I don't know if it's having a father figure. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden you're just like, it doesn't matter what happens. Dude, he annoyed the fuck out of me yesterday. Like, he's just hard-headed. He doesn't stop. He's only 2. When he was 18 months old, I built a rock climbing wall in our office so that he can just work out his pent-up energy. Like, he's beautiful. Like, he just tries to, he's always going. He's always moving. And he was like that last night. Like, I got delivered bad news last night with the business. It was actually here. Like, the city was giving us a hard time with everything.
I heard
I was supposed to be here last night.
Dom was yelling at me, not yelling at me like he was mad at me, but he was like this same thing, frustrated. He's like,
so like I got delivered that news and I couldn't show up here, and you know that's a different story and stuff. So like,
that's a different thing. We're not gonna talk about that.
So yesterday was just a shit day, trying to get rid of several $100s worth of food. I finally do. The night's winding down and stuff, and like the kid is just running around, and not once did I feel like yelling at him. It's just like, look at him go, look at him go, look at him go, look at that damn kid go, jumping off the damn couch, doing the rock walk climbing wall. He's running outside like a madman. I'm just like, it's fucking beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. I can be stressed the fuck out. I don't even smoke. But last night I grabbed a Black and Mild and a beer, and I was sitting outside with my 2 dogs.
Do you want to smoke a cigar? I got cigars in the car. I smoke cigars.
I'll smoke a cigar. I don't mind, but like that was just the thing. It was like I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke anything. And last night I just saw Black, and I was just like, shit. And I went outside and just smoked it. And then my wife gave him a bath, and he came out running around naked, and I was like, fuck this shit. And I went inside. I was like, what's up, man?
Yeah.
So,
but here's the thing. It's a combination of all your experiences with your amazing father, your amazing mother, and also your age. Like, I think if you were 20 and had a kid, or 18 and had a kid, it'd be tough because emotionally and hormonally, we're still trying to figure ourselves out, you know?
And that's late in life, you're still trying to figure yourself out.
Yeah,
like,
we're always going to learn and try to figure things out, but at that time, if you look back at who you was at 20 years old, there's parts of my personality of being aggressive, as far as like sports-wise, that I like, but that does not help for me, and if I was to have a kid at 20, it wouldn't help the kid, that aggression. And I'm just like, if I was to have a kid now, I'd be way better off as a parent. I don't know if I'd be a good parent, but better off as a parent now.
I think you would.
I don't know. You don't know until you're in that situation. You don't know anything until you're in the situation.
I would tell you right now, just reading you. Like, we met one time before this. It wasn't much. It was just pretty much setting this up. Talking to you now, you got it. I know you will.
So,
now you have to find somebody to have that with.
That's another problem. So here's the thing. So
but you're gonna be a good dad.
I'm the last surviving Santana of my lineage. My father unfortunately passed away. So I'm the last surviving Santana of my lineage. My grandfather, I'm the only grandkid from my grandfather with the name. So if I was to have a kid, I do want to have a kid. Not that I do want to have a kid, I should say. But if I do have a kid, I would love to love the baby mama too, or my wife. It was my wife. I would love to respect that person and love it. So that's another problem. Like when I was growing up, my grandma was like, "Have a kid." I was like, I can't have a kid with people I don't like. A lot of these people you fuck around with in these clubs, like you don't like them. Just want to fuck them.
You met them in the club, you got a problem anyway.
Yeah, you could meet a good one in the club, maybe. I don't know. I've heard great stories, but 99% of the time, that's a no. That's a no.
Yes, that's true. It is true.
But it's an interesting thing. But I also, here's the thing where this is my dilemma. Now I'm gonna talk to you. Your wife's not Latin. No. I feel I'm not Latin enough. So if I was to have a kid with somebody, I would hope it would be a Latin woman. But I can't control that. Who I like, I don't know the future. I don't have no one in my life.
When you find the one, it's the one.
Whoever it is, it doesn't matter where they come from, right?
It'd be nice, right?
It would be nice, but that's my idea. Am I wrong for thinking like that? Because I want the Latin
no,
culture.
Man, you're trying to play. So do you want to work at this job, or do you want to go to somewhere else. You have plans on what you want to do for a living, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have plans what you want to do for a podcast. You're making plans for that. You can make plans for a woman too.
Okay.
You can try. Yeah. You're gonna find one that you like I did with my wife. Like, I always wanted a Hispanic girl too. You know, Puerto Rican. You know, whatever. My first language is Spanish. I learned English after that. The whole idea was to marry a Puerto Rican and everything. My parents brought me to Texas, bro. My dad was military. We came to fucking Texas. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans here.
There
But
they are.
my situation was, I found a woman that I love. She was white. We made it happen and everything. You can do it.
I do. I appreciate it. No, so even though I say I would love to have a kid with a Latin woman if I was to have one. But that's not my priority of it. Like, my priority is to find someone I respect and that I like.
Amen.
So that's another big thing. It's like, so okay, I'm 32 years old. Hey, my people make fun of me. Don was making fun of me last night about talking to girls. Like, there's this girl out there talking to me. I was like,
was that podcast last night?
No.
It was like your pickup line for the chug or whatever?
no, that was a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
That was a few weeks ago. No, so last night we were hanging out when Dom was yelling at me about the bad news. Again, he wasn't yelling at me. He was yelling at me, but not to me, about the whole situation because it was all fucked. It's all fucked. But anyway, there was this crazy girl that kept flirting me, and it's like, Dom was like, talk to her. And I'm like, thank you, brother. Is this bananas in here?
It's crazy, dude.
No, so it's my thing is my only purpose for talking to a girl is that I gotta like and respect you first. This girl I did not respect. I was like, I'm not talking to her, man. I'm not talking to her.
You said this girl you did not respect?
Just from the 5 seconds I had a chance to talk to her, I'm like, I don't
Okay.
respect this girl. I'm not talking to her.
I thought that was going down a different road. You didn't
No.
respect it, so you just made it.
No, I'm not. So here's the thing. That's why my dad was making fun of me. He's like, you don't sleep with girls like I used to. Like, just pick up random girls and take them to my house. Like, I don't want to do that no more, man. I've did that though. I've been blessed to travel the world and fuck girls around the whole world, and I've been blessed.
Yeah.
I don't want that no more. My dog, I got one dog that's sick, and I got one dog that's crazy, you know, and can't bring people to my house.
Around your sick dogs?
Yeah.
Poor pups.
Yeah, so I did, and also I don't want to deal with that. Like, I don't want.
No, you don't.
I don't want to deal with crazy. I don't want. What if she like? I don't know. There's a lady from Hole in the Wall. I thought she was crazy. I'm not talking to her. But what if she would have like something happened? I did. Let's say I did, and something happens. I've had cops called to my apartments before because of crazy girls.
Yeah.
And like,
Was she older too?
she was younger.
She was younger. Yeah. So like them older chicks too, man. You gotta be careful. Their time to make babies is coming to an end.
Oh
They
yeah,
stick
that
a
whole
little
thing.
pin inside that condom, and there goes your baby.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. No,
With the
no.
one you don't want.
Shit. No. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But this
Yeah.
one was just younger because it's annoying. But it was like, nah. So Don was making fun of me. He's like you don't do. So I do the show a lot. I get. I'm in bars a lot, and I don't talk to girls, man. I don't flirt with girls. I don't talk to girls. Because now when I'm doing this, because I'm work. It's work, and I don't shit where I eat. You know.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and Don was like, you could do it, man. I was like, I don't want to, man. But that's where I'm like, damn, am I old where I just don't want to fuck nobody no more? Like, I don't know.
Nah, you still a dude. No, being 30 kind of slows down a little bit. Like, not anything you see that's walking around with two legs and nothing in between their legs try to get on it. So
I mean, you can always
it slows
appreciate
down just a little bit, but not much. You're still a dude.
I mean, I'm always gonna appreciate a good-looking woman, but I'm just never like, I don't know. My thing is, it's a funny thing again. Thanks to my dog Samantha, I think about her before any girl comes to my house. Like,
That's how you know you're gonna be a good dad, bro.
I was like, I can't bring her. So my dog, she's on IV treatment, so I gotta go home every
No
night.
shit.
Yeah, she has kidney
Oh,
failure.
fuck. How old is she?
10, but it just happened that the kidney started failing. She technically should have another 4 years if she didn't have this problem. But she has a problem, so I go home, give her IV treatments every night. I gotta make her special dinner every night and figure it out.
That IV stays in her, right? You don't have to.
No,
like, you
so
don't
we
have to
do it.
Stick it in there every night.
Yeah, I have to stick it in there every night. So I
How
have
does she
to.
take that?
She hates it.
I bet.
And she freaks out, and the other dog freaks out because. So the IV is not in the vein; it's gonna be under the skin.
Okay.
So what that does, it brings a bump on her skin and helps her absorb it.
Okay.
It helps her absorb that fluids. But in the meantime, she can't move because it's not in her vein. It's not stationary. So I have to hold her, inject her, And then I have the other dog that's only 2 years old that's like freaking out too. I'm like, I deal with that. So I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do that to the dog. The dog's already old too.
Damn.
So
I have a dog that just turned 10 years old too. I know she has some bad stuff in her. Like, I
Maybe.
feel her back. She's a husky. And I feel her back and you feel like lumps and shit. And I'm just like, oh, dude, I don't want to take you to the doctor because I already know what's going to happen. And I'm not paying them to take her under the knife and cut everything out. Like,
what I would do, because they won't make you do anything. They won't make you do anything. But what I would, if you ever feel comfortable to do take her in, just look into it. Like if it's any like medicine or special diet you might want to change. How do you feed her?
she has dried organic, like dried food. So you mix it in some water and it's like a mix. My mother-in-law showed me what it was.
I would look into like meat, like just meat.
Straight meat. I've tried that before. I'm lazy as shit. It's not lazy.
It's expensive too.
It's expensive, which is for the benefit of their health. It's just I don't do it. I don't get out there and I don't grind shit up. I don't buy the chicken feet mixed with liver and heart. Like,
no,
you need
what
a
I was thinking,
blend
like,
of everything.
Here's the thing. She's older now, or he is older now.
Yeah.
What I would do, I wouldn't give him raw, but they could eat raw meat if you trained them younger. So you could buy like a steak or chicken and give it to them. They'll eat it.
Right.
With a little bit of like sweet potato.
Yep.
And that's all they would need, and that's good. And think about it, more of like an
But it's not all they need. They need organs. They need
the liver. The liver's cheap now.
Liver's cheap.
You could buy to like you're in Irvin, right?
No, I live in Bedford now.
You live in Bedford? Oh, so Irvin has a little bit more of a butcher shops out there in Irvin, but it's Bedford. I'm pretty sure you can find a butcher shop and get some liver.
Like Michoacana over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just get some liver, cook it up real quick, because again, it's a boy or girl? Girl. So she doesn't have the gut biome to digest. I said butt, but gut biome to digest raw liver and or raw meat. She does, but you don't. Since she didn't do it when she was younger.
Oh, she did. She's always had steak. She always had bones.
Like raw?
Yeah.
Oh, so
like she's fine. I can give it to her.
Yeah. So the only reason I said like if she never had it before, because people always give some people always give their dog dry dog food.
No, I didn't.
So if that was a dog, for people listening, if that was a dog, I wouldn't recommend at an older age give them raw meat, because they has a chance to process it or may not. And I am not a veterinarian to say, hey, do it and try it. I'm not gonna ever suggest it.
Yep.
Yeah. But if she had raw meat before, so she has that bacteria in her gut to digest it. So I would say get some liver, get some heart, some kidney.
Yeah.
With some a little bit of sweet potato, cut back much of those carbs out of her diet,
and some bones. Like chicken feet is good. Like the bone marrow is awesome for them.
But just with the liver and the heart alone, what you want to get is all those nutrients from those two organs, and that would help. When you cut those other impurities out, might help with what. I don't know if she has any masses on it or not, but would help with a lot of those impurities of those masses and put her into a more metabolic state where she's burning more energy and might kill off some of those masses. I don't know what those masses are, but that's what I'm saying. Figure out what they are. My 9 to 5, like I work at 9 to 5 for a long time. I did cancer research.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no money in it, guys. If you have the heart for it, I want people to do it, but there's no money involved. As far as even if you're like the top-notch doctor, like there's not a lot of money. But anyway, I did that for a long time just to get the experience. And what we're finding out, and what we'll find out in the next 15, 20 years, is the connection of nutrition to some of these cancers or some of these infections and some of these inflammation kind of problems we have. Because we don't know digestion that well. We don't know what goes into eating.
Tom Brady does.
No, he doesn't.
Shit, we need to follow Tom Brady's diet.
Every
dog, squirrel, raccoon needs to follow Tom Brady diet.
Maybe he may have an idea, but we don't have. There's the vegetarian idea. There's the carnivore idea. There's a lot of ideas out there. It's a bunch of things. But the problem why there's so much information out there, because it's going to be anecdotal for individual, and also it's going to be into like we don't really know how our body digests and what bacteria affects what and what helps where.
And long-term effects. It's hard to measure that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, super hard.
But what they find out what they found out in the meantime is certain diets help with certain cancers.
Yeah.
Not eliminates, but helps. So, like, let's say she has, for instance, like skin, like inflammation. Maybe she just have cysts on her back. That could be a possibility. That inflammation could be eliminated if she goes more to a meat diet.
Could be.
But we don't like that was just like it was a cyst because cyst is built from inflammation. Will help eliminate that, and all the doctor would do is discrete the cysts packet that's there, and then it won't come back. If it's for a person, like we learned, and this is just all research. We found some brain cancers work better, eliminate better under carnivore diet. Sorry, not carnivore, excuse me, meat diet, more meat heavy.
Yeah. Which is not processed meat either. It's like fresh.
Like livers, like eating liver, eating.
Just eating fresh steak from the grocery aisle instead of hamburgers and stuff.
That's true. That helps.
I want to talk about that just
talk
for a
about
little bit.
it.
That
Let's
would be
bring
dope as hell. I gotta piss though.
Go take it. So we're gonna take a quick break one more time, and then we talk about a lot of things, but we're gonna wrap it back up to Godspeed and talk about meat. Let's do it. Take a break, man. Go use the restroom. So we're back. We're here with Gabriel, but before we talk about, we're gonna talk about meat here in a second. Pause, by the way, on that. Fucking Sean walked in the door, and look at this. You haven't seen this glass in a few months because it's been sold out. So it might be coming back. You just gotta follow 17% Drip. Go 17%drip.com and check that shit out. You know?
Just for a little bit. Little collaboration glass Black Ninja, 17% Drip. Coming out. Well, they already came out. Just gonna re-release a few of them for Black Friday. Maybe like a half of a case, man. It's an exclusive glass. They're not gonna be re-released. Just, have some laying around for the answer anniversary party, but we didn't make it up to Virginia because of that thing called COVID. So we just, just gonna give the people what they want. Just a few extras.
COVID's a bitch.
COVID is a bitch.
No, facts, man.
Sean,
Facts.
love you, brother.
All right, y'all keep it up, man. Y'all keep on moving.
Again, guys, if you haven't followed 17% Drip, I'm pretty sure you guys already, if you follow this page, you're already following 17% Drip. Please do right now if you haven't. Also follow Godspeed too on Instagram. You on Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Godspeed Twitter, and also check out the website for all updates for any events. Also buying, if you're in the DFW area, buying some meat. So, on that note, so I was talking about cooking meat for your dogs and not doing more processed meat. And you had an opinion about it, or an suggestion, or
The carnivore diet.
yes.
You ever tried it?
I want to.
You do?
I haven't tried it yet though.
Have you tried any other diet, like on a strict program?
I've done low calorie. I've done the paleo diet over the years. I've done like similar to carnivore is like the Atkins diets, a little bit different. Yeah. So I've done that a little bit.
So I had like some gut issues for like a while. I wake up every night with like severe pains and stuff like that.
Okay.
You wake up, think you have to use the bathroom. You don't. As soon as you stand up, like subsides, right? And I was like, something needs to happen. I don't want to go to the doctor because I already went once. And they were like, oh, you're fine. You're clean bill of health. You're good. So I tried the carnivore. I saw it on the Joe Rogan podcast and just stuck to it. Went into keto. Felt really weird. Your breath stunk. It's like super odd. Your body's like burning mad fuel, right? And that doesn't have carbs to burn it off of. And I tried it. It was one of the best absolute feelings I've ever had in my life.
No
Like,
shit.
you wake up with one energy, you go to bed with one energy, and you're not fluctuating.
Okay.
It was phenomenal. And it's hard, like, I don't know if you're dating, if you bring girls around, like, I know we talked a little bit, and it's hard to bring, whatever.
Yeah.
Being single and living by yourself, super easy. You buy your groceries, it's just meat, cheese if you want to go that route. That's kind of a gray area and stuff like that. And you make your food and you just diet off of that, right? That's what you eat off of. It's hard with the kid, hard with the wife that doesn't want to follow that diet either.
I can imagine.
And
yeah.
bro, I felt phenomenal for about a month. It was awesome. The whole goal of this was to do this, cleanse the body that's just living off of what? It's not what? what's intended, because vegetables are natural also. So it's just strictly meat, not hamburger, not going to McDonald's and getting a burger from there, not processed meat, not hot dogs, stuff like that. Natural, good food.
Facts.
So I did that, felt awesome, woke up with no pain anymore. So I knew I was cleansed. When the keto, that was rough for a week. Like, you fucking hate everything. You're in a bad mood until your body gets used to it, right? Once my body got used to it, the whole goal is to like introduce foods, to like see what's doing bad, what's causing that effect of pain. I couldn't do it. Tried my mom's rice, ate some beans, ate some tostones, and I lost everything. So like, when you're like, there's different diets and stuff, I wanted to see if you tried anything like that helped or didn't. But carnivore was fucking legit. It was awesome.
I believe it. Listen, here's the honest truth. So, I didn't work in research for nutrition. I worked in cancer research, but there's overlap in research that help with the study of cancer, right? Nutrition may be one of them. So I was lucky enough, similar to you, listen to Joe Rogan podcast, but I listened more to the Meat Eater podcast.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. So if you ever get a chance to listen to them, there's a lot of good information. They get a lot of good people on there all the time. So they had a nutritional doctor. I forget her name right now, and I forget her podcast too. So I'm gonna put it on the screen right now for guys watching on YouTube and Facebook. Where there are, that's what I was saying earlier, we don't know the bacteria in our gut and how they adjust, and they change over time as well. So the best elimination diet right now is the carnivore diet, meaning that you will survive if you eat nothing but meat, because our ancestors, that's how we were raised. We ate meat. That's how we survived. So if you eat fatty meat, eat liver, eat these things that you need to survive, fat mostly, you will have...
And that's key too.
Yeah.
People think carnivore is like straight lean meat and stuff.
No.
It's not.
It's mostly fat. You want the fats. You want to eat a liver. You want to eat a heart.
And if you don't, like, throw a stick of butter in there.
Yeah.
You have to.
There's these things that you need to eat. But if you do this diet the right way, what you do is eliminate 99% of traditional diet around the world, meaning like rice, noodles, beans, and then as far as the nutrition, why they like it is not for long term, because I'm not saying that any nutrition would recommend the carnivore diet for long term. But what you do is, if you do it for a month, 30 days, right, you reset that bacteria in your gut, because the life cycle of the bacteria. Yep. And what you do is you start introducing some things in your diet. You start introducing bread. It's the bread that's fucking you. Maybe gluten intolerant. You might be, some vegetables might have adverse effects to your diet. Beer might have an adverse effect.
I think it's what it is for me. But I was gonna leave that off.
No, give me the beer.
I really fucking do, bro.
It might be. Have you? This is the reason why people are like nutritionists, certain nutritionists, because you can always find nutritionists who disagree with any statement, right? But the reason why certain nutritionists agree with the carnivore diet as far as elimination and reset your gut bacteria, because when people become strictly vegan or vegetarian, there's so many things in there that they don't know which of these things affect you. Because if you're vegetarian, you eat almost everything besides meat. And if you're vegan, you're still eating a lot of vegetables and a lot of different green meats and taking vitamins. You don't know what is what, right? So, it's just a good elimination diet. And then when you introduce it, you can figure it out. So if you feel like it's beer, I would highly suggest when you get back on the carnivore diet, drink whiskey, drink vodka, drink gin.
I did wine not too long ago.
No problem?
No, I think it's beer. Unfortunately, I like fucking bread, beer, and...
You might have a gluten intolerance, man.
It could be.
You might have to get tested for that. You can. It's a little bit expensive, but you could get tested for it. You don't need to worry about that right now.
No.
It's not affecting you. Yeah.
No. Well, I'll wake up trying to use the bathroom, and then I'd start working.
Yeah, you get done.
Wake up at 3 and start working.
You start earlier.
Yeah.
I might have a gluten intolerance too. You don't know. My body changes as we get older. It does happen.
Shit, after 30 years old, everything changes, man.
Fuck, everything
Every
changes.
year, you got some new ailment.
I have you said something earlier. I pop my ankle every morning, like both my ankles, my knees. I don't do nothing. It's still pain, aches. You gotta stretch. Get older, it's gonna happen.
This is, man. Probably listening to her. It doesn't pop now. Yeah, I bought one of these big ass tire. What do you call these things? CrossFit tires.
Yeah.
Bought
So
it
you
in my
flipped over?
backyard. It's fucking 350 pounds. You gotta fucking lift this shit and gets you going, right? Hit my wrist, couldn't flip that bitch. And I was like, man, I just bought this damn thing in the first day. I was like, I couldn't do it. So I did it, but it just ruined the wrist,
Hurts.
right? And I was like, man, this sucks getting over it. So I took off for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, went back there after, week number 3, tried to do it again, restrained it. So I was like, I fucking sold it.
I would.
I hate getting old.
So, for old man to old man, we're not technically old yet, but by any means, look into power bands.
Power what?
Power bands.
Yeah.
Buy a few power bands. You buy it on Amazon for like $30, $40. You can go real crazy. You want to get the
We have some. My wife uses them.
So, I would suggest using some of those.
You don't want to leave it up there?
No, he's gonna give it to Papa Dom. I would suggest using some of those power bands. Like I don't know what workouts you normally do. If you do curls, bench, whatever. I would suggest you start using them mostly for resistance for your wrist that doesn't put too much strain. Cause here is a deal for anyone who plays baseball. You want good wrist strength. You want good forearm strength, right? But if you strain it, it's one of the most important parts. It's just the structure of the throw, right? Your core and your hips and your placement is the strength of the throw, but the structure that holds it is your forearm, right? But anyway, what you want to do with the power bands, let's say you curl, if you do a curl bar, it's 100 pounds. That's what you work out with. You can find a power band to do something similar, but what the power band does, it makes you hold it from bottom to top. All the way.
It's like chains.
It's kind of like change.
Too.
Kind of like change. If you have change,
harder as you keep on going.
If you go
bands
first.
are good. Bands are fucking
if you
good.
have them, if you have chains, I would do the same chains. But mostly those kind of workouts to help rebuild your wrist.
Yeah.
And what I would suggest, again, I'm not a fucking, for people listening to me, I'm not a fucking expert in any of this
You
stuff.
sound smart as shit though, right?
But because I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of people who do physical training. But what you want to do is with that resistance. So up here, high resistance, not weight resistance, but high resistance up here with the chains or the bands. Low down here, still resistance on your forearm, on your wrist, but not as much. So what you do in time, you rebuild the structure in your wrist and help with some, possibly onset of carpal tunnel. Maybe something you strain your muscle, maybe strain a nerve. What you want to do is rebuild the structure of the motion. And then possibly, as that gets more comfortable, and you build that strength over, try to tire again in a month, 2 months.
Sold it.
Yeah.
Not doing it again.
You sold it? Oh,
Oh,
done.
yeah.
So don't
Got rid of
fuck
that
everything I just said.
Fuck that. I'm done.
See, for me, I don't throw away any of my workout stuff. I just keep it and try to figure it out, even though I'm fat as fuck. But
Bro, come work out at the home gym.
I have
I got a home gym.
I have
You
a
have a home gym?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I have power bands, resistance bands, weights. In my one-bedroom apartment, I have all that stuff.
No, I got squat racks and I have dumbbells. I have the full home gym.
I have kettlebells. I have the mace. I have 2 maces.
Where'd you get it from?
On it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the only one that could still sell it. They were more expensive because,
No, everything was sold out for months.
yeah.
And I went to
Opa! I blame Tommy. It's always Tommy. That's what I said. I blame Tommy.
I blame Victor though. He knocked the shirt down earlier.
I did with my mind. No, so the reason I bought it for On It just because there's the only place that had it restocked.
Dead in stock.
Yeah.
Bro, it was hard to find weights. So like everybody was home. I already had the home gym set up. And I tried to find some more weights. Out. Nothing. Dude, there was like a secondary market out there on Facebook.
There's a lot
Trying
of
to sell
things.
45-pound weight for like $150.
Here's the thing. I promise you, the reason why everything was sold out, not because everybody wanted to fucking work out. It was, listen, your pop's from New York City, and we know the hustle. We see an opportunity, it's like, oh shit.
Oh, that's for sure what it is.
You are like, oh
But
shit.
like Dick's Sporting Goods didn't have anything in stock. So
Yeah.
they were buying it to like sell it off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so people see opportunities people are like, oh, everybody's working on home now because everything's sold out. No. What I believe in my heart is people saw opportunity, like, oh shit, can't go to the gyms locked down. A lot of people with revenue bought equipment as much as they could, and as many people did that, they're like, okay, we sold out now, we can't restock for a while, and then resold in the second market because now everything's sold out. So now I can sell it to you a 20-pound dumbbell that should cost $20. I can sell it to you for $45 now. Hey, 40-pound dumbbell should cost me $50. Now I get to sell it to you for $150. You know, because you can't buy it anywhere else. You want to work out? You want to work out? You got
Everybody's bored at home.
Yeah. So, well, see you later, brother.
See you, man. Take it easy, man.
So I believe that's what really happened, and that's what fucking people suck dick, man. People suck dick on that. Yeah, man. But it's the hustle, though. I don't knock the hustle. I don't knock the hustle. So I have, over the years, like I said earlier, blessed with my grandmother over the years, I have a dip station. I have a pull-up station. I have a row machine. I have a stationary bike. I have all these things. I should work out every day. And it's not hard, right?
It is hard. It is hard.
It's dedication.
That's right.
So it's not hard, though.
There's a lot of dedication to this. There's a lot of dedication to cooking. There's a lot of dedication to
Anything.
getting out, meeting people, socializing. To wake up at 6 a.m. is hard. You're like, oh, I got another hour.
Yeah. So it's perfect way to wrap up a lot of the information we did today, right? Working out. Listen, I said it several times in the podcast, I'm fat as fuck. And it's not that I don't want to change it. I'm not dedicated to do it yet. And that's no fault of nobody else. It's not that it's hard. Physical labor is hard. Working out physically is taxing and hard.
Big truth.
But it's not hard to go do it. You got to go do it.
You're right.
So, similar to people listening to this podcast, if you want to start a business, if you want to cook, you want to promote yourself, you got to go do it. And you have a 9-to-5. You have a kid. You don't have no time to start a business, but you chose a time and did it and figured it out.
Take that first step.
Yes. So I know
it's not easy. It's not like
it won't get any easier.
Candies and roses and it's easy. It's not.
Bro, it's not gonna get easier. Similar to working out, starting a business, if the people follow your model and do your footsteps or inspired by your footsteps, they gotta know it's not easy. They gotta know it's like the toughest step is the decision to do it. It's the first step, but that's not. It doesn't end. The tough decision doesn't end there. What you gotta go from there is continue that. Like, okay, now I gotta wake up an extra 2 hours early because now I gotta go get some inventory. Now there's more tough decisions along the way, but it all starts with the first choice, and then you move on to the next choice and the next choice.
Just fucking do it. Nike, just do it.
Similar to working out, and yeah, I'm fat as fuck. It's my excuses, but
Let's do a workout.
I'm down.
I'll go to your place. You come to mine. Either one.
I'm down.
And just in between podcasts, like whatever.
Let's make it happen.
Hey, I'll make food. We work out. We hang out some more.
Let's figure out a time frame. Let's do it. Listen, I'm not afraid of working out. The problem is it's consistency, and that's what I'm telling people. Like, listen, I know I've said this several times through the podcast that I want to work out or I'm fat as fuck. It's not. I'm not making any excuses. The problem lies in my inability to commit and do decisions. And that's for all of us. If you want to start a podcast, you want to start a restaurant, you want to start a brewery, you want to do things for yourself, it's the commitment to doing it. Or like we talked about 7% drip earlier, the commitment of making merch or promoting yourself. It's always going to be hard. Or even being a good parent. It's going to be fucking hard, man. It doesn't stop. You can make the choice and you got to make another choice after that. Yeah. But you could do it. Perfect example, your father and you are great fathers. You know, you work hard. You have a fucking phenomenal business.
Thank you. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So on that note, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. For the people still here, follow Godspeed. It's all the links in the description for Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the website in the description down below. Also follow 17% Drip in the description down below. Buy your merch as well. And then follow False Idol as well. If you're here in the DFW area, come check them out. #1 brewery in my heart. And I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gabriel.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks so much, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. Love you guys.
Much
Peace.
love.